just down by one. There's still opportunities that have been going their way. Unfortunately, a demo there, so you slow down the offense yet again. Wheelman is just so fast. In this lobby, Wheelman is just the quickest into the sky by quite some time, and you can really see how much pressure that's starting to cause. And there it is yet again. Free look at the frame. It's going to cause a bit of pressure here. The defense is going to have to get it cleanly out of the zone, but not able to do so. Into this back corner, big 50, and it is going to be sent far, but Duber first up to this, and here's an open look. If you've got the boost, you can put a bouncer on, and oh my, how do you possibly save that one? That was just, you put a hand up and you hope, and they were able to get the save, but all two go, and this should be open, and of course, it wouldn't be Challenger without at least one open net miss, am I right?
Oh my, that could have been the dagger for game 2 for sure. Wheelman 95 putting that ball a little bit far right and is unable to find their first goal for the game. Would have really spread the offense around with all three having won at this point. But as of this point in time, it's still a 1-goal game. Bloodraven splits the 50 with Pop, gets it past Free. Wheelman gets the 50 on his own teammate. It gets centered, but Grobber able to clear it, able to block the shot, and thankfully keep this game alive.
Yeah, keep the game alive and then try and get something in the final minute here, and it's... I am honestly astounded.
Oh, no!
Well, you know, I said one, but we might have two and in the same game, but I'm just absolutely astounded at this Breadsticks speed in the air, and it's leading to so many opportunities. This time around, it's going to be Duber just trying to send a test over to the sidewall here. Fortunate bounce. It's going to be G. Robber. It's going to be sent back in yet again from Wheelman. Do we have anyone coming in? Yes, but Free. Quick to that ball and is going to send it the whole way. Final 15 seconds. You got to get one on the board. Chance there. All three going. You got to keep it in the zone. Not able to do so. All up to Free, who just gets it to the side. Can they get it past Wheelman? Of course not. Bloodraven just stretching. All they got to do is let it hit the ground. And that's going to be game 2. But got a little bit of aerial play going on here. Not letting it die just quite yet. And there it is. Breadsticks taking game 2.
It's just one constant storyline at this point. It's really Squalls leaving a lot of opportunities on the table. Their second man playing a little too far back. Goal number 1 looked fantastic, Crop, as a team. It looked fantastic. They were all together. Goals numbers 2 and 3, they might want back because, quite frankly, they just drifted lazily in the center and nobody put it away.
I just want to point out as well, just the sheer pressure. I mean, that is 12 to 4 shots. I mean, that in and of itself just kind of speaks to what's been going on here. And yeah, a couple of those from Breadsticks should have been goals. We called it out twice there that that one should have went in. But, I mean, if you win the game, you don't really have to worry about that too awful much. And Squalls, I don't even know what you possibly do. Breadsticks are really starting to put the clamps down, and Squalls have had their chances. They've had their opportunities. They're starting to warm up. They're getting quicker in this series, so I anticipate these next couple of games, regardless of what we go to in this series, will continue to be close, but you got to switch something up. Perhaps go with more physicality. But as you were calling out in that first goal, they had all three were there. They really were playing as a cohesive unit. And we haven't really seen a lot of that after that first goal. It really was that one kind of bomb down the other way, and then nobody was there as that second and third position, as you were calling out. Oh my. Wheelman, please.
Whatever they do make for a decision here on what to change to try to turn things around, it needs to be fast, because now they're already down 1 goal 5 seconds into game 3, and if they lose game 3, the mental fortitude they will need to have to go 4 straight for the reverse sweep is going to be an incredible task for anybody. Wheelman 95 and Duber
all the pre-jump
show. Oh, a little bit behind Blood. Wheel not able to put it on. Oh, it's wide right. Grobber able to clear it. Oh goodness, I thought they were going to go up by 2.
You know, okay. That's just not fair. Okay. What am I witnessing? Is this another pre-jump? How were they up this quick to that? Oh my, that is the speed. And I mean, we've seen a pre-jump. We've seen the speed. I think it's just Breadsticks feeling themselves. This is looking so dangerous. Up by 2. We're not even 30 seconds into this, and here we go. Okay. I like what I'm seeing, a kickoff goal to get some more momentum back.
I had talked to the Breadsticks previously in the week about what their chances were in the finals and how things were looking, and they were extremely confident that they were going to be able to come in and take away this chip. It was something that at first I thought might have been a detriment, be a little too arrogant coming into the matches, but this confidence.
Oh my God. What is this angle? I'm sorry to cut you off, but what?
Oh, you didn't cut me off. Pop cut me off with what's clearly not a Chally aerial. That angle, disgusting.
I mean, they handed the controller off to their brother quick. That is bananas angles. What did I just witness? I mean, that is a way to get some more momentum in your favor, coming out and scoring an absolute worldie, and a chance here with some open lane, but Wheelman got the boost and just decided to dive in, and I honestly, I feel like I'm speechless after that angle.
For sure, I was starting to write off the Squalls. I'm not going to lie here, because everything seemed to be turning up Breadsticks. Wheelman 95, almost a, obviously MVP caliber player for Chally, but putting an MVP stamp on the season with an MVP level performance in the finals. Now, I don't know. Squalls look like there's some life here.
Oh, the own goal. Squalls. They are they do have some life, and dang. Yeah, you're not allowed to say anything. I feel like you should know at this point in time in your career, you can't say anything because the caster curse is so very real. Free with the own goal. It's indeed a free look at the net, and unfortunately enough, it does not go their way, and you got to score on the other side of the field. You're not trying to go the orange way, and it might be another one here off the post, and it's going to be Duber just being a bit of a goober, deciding to go past the ball there. Wheelman waiting patiently and decides to back up a little bit. I like how Wheelman has just been playing this entire time. They back up, they let the ball kind of settle and get a harder hit back into the box. And speaking of harder hit in, Duber with a huge pinch free. He's going to send it right back in, but this dump and chase strategy only is going to play into the Breadsticks game plan. They're the ones that are up by one. They're the ones that don't got to worry about chasing the next goal, and this dump and chase strategy is just not going to be it for the Squalls. Pass?
Redirect opportunity, pass to Pop. Pop gets blocked by the Wheelman 95. I was saying it earlier. Breadsticks were obviously clearly a confident team playing together. Hopefully we'll see what that turns into, if it's going to be arrogance or confidence here in this last few matches that determines who's our Season 17 Chally champion. This ball going center here. Pop, able to put it right. Not able to put it on target. A lot of power could have been generated there, but unfortunately the awkward touch really left him in kind of an awkward spot. Blood gets the pop free, gets the demo on the wall, cutting out the opportunity. Can't speak. Centered, free, down the pitch, can't get the touch to go. Pop, shot opportunity, Wheelman 95 with the clear. They need a goal, and they need it soon.
Yeah, and I think that what I've been starting to notice, there's a trend where Squalls, they're going for midfield shots rather than getting anything too very dangerous kind of towards that box area, and so that's why there's so many saves coming out for Breadsticks. They don't have anything that's really close to disrupt, and yeah, the physicality's starting to come through, but still, the shots are not there, and Breadsticks, you can see right outside the box, they're going for passing plays, and they're just that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just Duber just does it.
Is that the dagger? I mean, not just for this game, but for the series. Because if you go up 3-0, you're not. I don't think we've seen a team all season or even last season that came back from 4-0 sweep.
Well, we've seen it in RLCS. We've seen crazier things. I mean, this Chally level gameplay is basically RLCS, so you can expect anything here. Reverse sweeps coming through. Oh my, what a stand, but you got one. You got to get another save here to keep it out of the zone. Pop, gonna pass it down. It is gonna be sent into the box, and it's gonna be the passing play I was requesting, but nobody there. Free tried to stretch for it, but just didn't have the resources to actually get that shot on, and boss, they gotta get one, as you were saying. They gotta get one now. Oh my, please. Oh, Pop.
They're going to need a goal pretty much right this very second, and then they're going to have to hope within the next 40 seconds they can get an equalizer. But here, Duber plays it patiently, able to put it against the wall, eliminating any offensive opportunity here. And right there, Bloodraven killing clock, shoves it across the pitch. Nobody's there from the Squalls to take control. Every second that ticks down here, Crop, is a little closer to the end of this game and a little closer to the Breadsticks taking this series.
Yeah, and this is just looking like it's not going to go anywhere here. Final 15. Chances not going either way, really, and it's going to send it back into the orange half just to kill that little bit of additional time. Pop trying to stretch for this one is able to get a big 50, but time is going to indeed expire here. Duber trying to get another one for the road. Do they have it? Oh, no. Just missed it, but hey, you don't really need it. You're already up, and who else in the front other than Wheelman? 3 MVPs in a row, and this time around, a big one, 7-13.
At least our decision for the who the MVP for the series is going to be pretty simple at the rate this is going. I mean, it's clearly going to be Wheelman 95.
Yeah, I don't think that's a very controversial opinion. I mean, going into this, the assumption that they actually can close this out, they've got 4 opportunities. They are on championship point already, and with the way that these games individually have been going as well, I would be extremely surprised if Squalls could pull something together. They might be able to get us to an overtime, but, you know, even then, I wouldn't really anticipate them coming out with that last bit, and it's looking like Breadsticks, they've got the ice. They were pre-jumping early in this game, and the mental after that own goal, you're already down 3-0, like, it's gotta hurt.
Oh my, I'm looking at the prediction in the Twitch chat for, can the Breadsticks clear this out? Not a single point has been spent on the Squalls.
Wow.
31K.
Doubters.
Sitting 10 points. There we go.
Hey, somebody cashing in. Somebody's going to get big points if they end up winning this one.
Oh my. Wheelman 95. Pop. Gonna get the kickoff here. Kickoff game 4 and what could be a victory lap for this Breadsticks team. Duber putting it off the corner. Bloodraven there. Wheelman 95 is gonna put this off backboard, but Pop's there. Pop pushing it down. Tries to get the second touch, but can't quite get there. Chally play being Chally play. Wheelman 95, that's in a dangerous spot for free. Absolute mental fortitude to get that cleared away. Still in a dangerous spot, though. Free's still up. Is he going to go for the redirect? No! Can't get the touch. Thought we were going to get a clip of the week.
I feel like we've already got the clip of the week. That shot from... don't
what
do
a
this.
Snipe. Oh,
Duber.
My. Cooking it from 3-point range. Oh, my.
It's off of a pass, too. I mean, it's just picture perfect. What can you possibly do? And I mean, if you're Squalls, you had to have scored first. I feel like you're chasing so much momentum from the backside here. I mean, you're down 3-0 in the series. You're already down by 1. You haven't had a lot of opportunities. And this is just putting more and more pressure on this final game, possibly. And there's going to be another one. Duber getting up off the back post, and that very well could be. I mean, we've got 4 minutes left, but that very well could be it. It's just unfortunately off of G-Robber as well. I mean, the defense was there, just couldn't stretch for it.
I'm sorry, Crop. I know there's 4 minutes left, but that's a pack breaker. I mean,
Yeah.
You're on the goal line. It bounces off post, off you, goes in. That's going to mentally mess with you for the rest of the game. At least for me, it will be. And I like to fancy myself an okay Rocket League player. I couldn't imagine the level of mental you would need to just ignore that and move on. Duber splits it. Bloodraven's there to follow. Sends it center, but free with the clear. Wheelman 95 intercepts. That's off backboard. It's in a dangerous spot. Wheelman with the shot. No, high off backboard. Woo.
But this is the difference. That second and third position were there to immediately send it back into the zone. They're not even allowing this out of the box. And there's another clean shot on, saved yet again, but the press continues. A lot of resources being used on this defense. It's going to be Bloodraven, full boost. Duber above the backboard. Oh, give it to us. The people wanted to see the big redirect off the backboard. Wheelman there yet again, and finally a quick reprieve for Squalls, descending out of the zone, but it was so very long. You thought it was going to be inevitable, but the amount of shots coming through, the pressure is there, and this is where things start to get a bit more nervy. Squalls sitting on 1 shot comparatively to the 7 for Breadsticks.
Duber takes control, can't get it past Grobber. Bloodraven centers it, pop too far back, can't take the shot, and Wheelman 95 immediately initiates the counterattack. That's once again, a little bit of the story of today. The Squalls team just not close enough to put away the opportunities as they appear. Free, swings wide, claps it left, able to stop the 3rd goal from going in, but they have got to be careful. These long shots from the Breadsticks are really starting to pay off with an incredible accuracy.
Well, and it just kills off so much time. I mean, every time the ball gets down into that orange half, it's 10 seconds, 15 seconds expired, and you're at 2 minutes down by 2. Bloodraven already jumping again. The pre-jumps are really starting to come out. They're saying, yeah, we've got this. We've got the confidence. We know what we need to do. It's going to be a nice boost grab there, but again, just the connection isn't quite there. I like the idea passing it mid, but you're going to have to actually connect, make it a little bit more dangerous. And ooh, nice touch there from Duber to disrupt again. G-Robber was waiting patiently. Wheelman sending it down, but it's going to be free. Waiting patiently on that goal line yet again, but you can't play patient defense. You got to start to send it all in at this point, and there's going to be another one. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-0. Bloodraven puts another one in.
It would have to be the stuff of legend for this Squalls team to come down from 3-0 on death's doorstep to turn it around. I think the Breadsticks are going to run away with it here, looking like shades of Contenders Championship with Dagon blowing their competition out of the water. Hopefully we don't see a 12-0 like they did, or 12-1, sorry, maybe 10-1, but please, let's get a little bit more competitive here.
Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing, we're going to have to get done with this kind of quick. I've got to go out to my lawn. We just had some lawn service come through. I've got to get the brooms out and get that nasty grass up off my porch because it's going to be sweep season, baby. The 4-0. This is absolute madness. The Breadsticks, they are here to play, and they are refusing to relent even a little bit. Wheelman grabs the ball, sends it down towards mid. Pop's going to say, all right, I'll try and get one back in. Duber and Bloodraven both going for this, but Bloodraven calls himself off with a nice backflip and an opportunity. Please, no, can't even commit on that one. It was as free as you like, and in the final 25 seconds, you got to get at least something for the road. Bloodraven not allowing it, gonna say, hey, if we're gonna get one, we're gonna get another, and not able to do so here. Final 15, boss.
It's gonna be game. They're pretty much walking this championship over. They're ready to collect their rings, even though this is gonna get sent down. No matter how many goals we could potentially see from Squalls in these last 3 seconds, it's over. Breadsticks clearly just ahead above the rest. Your season 17 Chally champions. I really thought, and I believe everybody on the podcast was predicting at least for it to go to 6 games, maybe 7. No, sorry. Tech had predicted a 4-person sweep. You right. Bloodraven's right, because
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. We had all predicted at least a 6-game play. We'd all predicted the Squalls taking the dub, but 100% Bloodraven's right. We slept on the wrong team. I mean, they came out guns ablaze, and they really proved that they were the best team by far.
Absolutely astounding, and
I am a man alone.
Wheelman just going absolutely bananas in those first 3, ends up going Duber's way there at the end, but hey, what can you possibly do? That was quite the series, and starting off the evening with a quick 4-0, but we're not done unless the other series has indeed finished.
Are you kidding me? The Great Whites got swept. They got swept in the semis.
Oh
Oh
no.
my.
Oh no.
For those of you who don't know, I had the honor of playing an elite for a good chunk of this season, and that Great Whites team looked incredible every match night. We scrimmed them a couple times when I was on the Goombas, and they were incredible. They were
Whoa.
53 and
50,
11.
53 and 11.
And they
That
just
is
got walked
astounding.
on by a 41 and 23 team that said, "We're here for the chip."
That is absolutely bananas. But hey, that's
They beat
why
the
you play these
Goombas.
games. That's why you play these games. You can come in here, you
Prop,
can have a great
prop,
record all you want, but my
prop.
word, they did it.
They swept the Great Whites and they swept the Goombas. They are walking into this finals here. I don't. I said Vibranium had a good chance to win it because they picked up Forza late in the season. And, they've been talking their talk in the Elite chat, talking about how great of a season they've been having and how they're going to cap it off with a chip. And Donald, DJ, you're my boys, but I'm sorry, you're walking into a buzzsaw if you make it to the finals here. This Azathoth team looks prepped and ready to go.
Holy cow. I cannot believe what we're seeing here. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Vibranium and Azathoth going at it. And I don't know if we got it across the message with how much Boss was saying right there. This is absolutely astounding to see, and it's crazy to see a team that was so very dominant the entire
All
regular
right.
season to go out in the semis. And they were
I
not
just
just
received
go ahead.
Sorry, I just received confirmation. Vibranium is going to be your solar champions for season 17 and Elite here. Donald, ready to go, has already hit me up with 5 messages. What's the lobby info? We won this chip. Let's go. Let me get this out to them. Yeah, we probably need a lobby.
Yeah,
uh
we're working on it, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting things going in the background here. Thank you for waiting patiently as we're getting ready into the second one for the night. It's going to be another best of 7, this time around for Elite. And I know that HUD's saying something, but I can't hear exactly what's happening. You are very quiet. Fair enough. He's talking to himself, but I can hear him, so he's not talking to himself. But anyway, yeah, this is going to be a good one. I don't know if you could tell, Boss is a little bit excited, and everyone in chat
One of you
should
boys
be
send me an
as
invite.
well.
I
The boy,
want to. I want to be able to see the match.
not allowed. Boss, you're going to have to just go based off of what I'm saying. Same info.
Just all right. Got it.
Oh,
Got it. Got it.
let's
Got it.
swap
Swap.
name and
Swap.
pass.
Swap. Swap. Swap.
Oh yeah, so everyone in chat, you want to know what the name and pass is?
It's lightning.
Whoever's the first to gift me a sub will learn what the name and pass is.
All right.
With that said,
I'll reach out to these teams. I'll get them. I'll get them
yeah.
going. I'm so excited. That
Oh,
sounds good. We are going to
even
go
better.
to a quick break here. We will get these 2 teams assembled, and RSC fans, stay tuned because we're going to have what looks to be a lively matchup for your Season 17 Elite Championship.
Today sucked, I'm not feeling great. People all laughed and they call me names. Was it so tough and the world so lame? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? This morning.
Welcome back, RSC fans, from our short break. We are getting in here to our final matchup of the night, your Elite Championship for Season 17. And for those of you who can't see it, the Elite chat has been popping off these last few weeks. All four teams that made the semis were really confident, but as you see from our lineup here, Vibranium beating out Anju. They had acquired Forza kind of late in the season, really galvanized this lineup, and I know DJ and Donald for sure are prepped and ready for anything, but this Azathoth team from the Lunar side looking like an absolute buzzsaw, going through quarterfinals, breezing through the Ghastly Goombas, and cakewalking the Great Whites tonight. I cannot believe they are 6-0 in these last 2 weeks, but you know, this is going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. We're stepping up from challenger and, coming off the backside of a sweep here. I'm anticipating things being a little bit closer. And as you're calling out, there's been a bit of talk and a little bit of jibber jabber going on in the background of things, but we've got to see if the game is going to speak for itself. It is going to be Azathoth and Vibranium going at it here. We're going to see 5 minutes on the clock for this best of 7. See who's going to be the first to take a game. I'm really excited for this one, boss.
No surprise here. We're going to see Azathoth running Moose, Squalls, and Greg. Greg, a player who just seems to be a little bit of everywhere all the time. Man is fast as heck. Squalls, mechanical as anybody in Elite. But this Vibranium team clearly meshing well late in the season, having to pick up Forza and make a couple rotations here. Squalls with the dunk! Oh my, Donald, sit down. Squalls with the double touch dunk.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit bigger than that if you're going to stop it out, get to the gym. Squalls ends up beating all three. The final defender there stretching up for it. Gets dunked and then some. So it is going to be 1-0 going in favor of Azathoth here. We were calling it out earlier. Azathoth really on a rip, taking down the #1 seed in a 3-0 in the Great Whites. And I mean, that in and of itself is absolutely astounding. And they're trying to continue that reign of terror, continue and cap this season off with a championship and a pass down mid in a pinch. But it is going to be sent out to the side this time around. Donald trying to collect, gets it cleanly down to the other side. Squalls's really got to stretch for this, and it is going to go towards the mid. It's going to be a dead moose needing to be called upon to send that back out of the zone. And this is a very Toy Story-esque car that I'm seeing right here. I kind of like that setup. But it is going to die down here in the corner very briefly. And, boss, this is very much not challenger speed anymore.
No, not at all. These two teams are back and forth. Greg, oh my, reaction times of not an old man. Greg turning around and clapping that away with fantastic precision, keeps the play alive, and quite frankly, prevents them from equalizing the game. Still up 1-0. Greg takes the touch, might be able to follow, tries to pre-jump on Donald, but can't. Forza with the shot. That's top right. Squalls with the pinch save. Squalls takes it up the wall. Might be able to get it off the backboard here. Does. No. Forza cutting it out. Donald down to DJ, but a dead moose. They're clearly cutting out the touch. Crop. We're seeing a lot of back and forth action already.
Wow. And these stands, I mean, they are last second, but they are plenty enough to stop the ball. And good physicality coming through there, and physicality trying to go the other way as well. Both teams recognizing the opportunistic bumps, but not able to completely convert on those opportunities just quite yet. Squalls playing patient. They know they've just got to buy time. I'm old Greg and Dead Moose both go for it, but DJ misses as well, so it's going to be the entire lobby whiffing on that one, and the chances are going to continue here for Vibranium. It's going to be finally cut out by Squalls, sent to the side, trying to go for the read, doesn't able to get around it. Dead Moose just sends it, but it's only going to be as far as DJ, and these big clears not really going for any sort of control, so we're back to Boomer Ball and trying to feel out who's going to make that first mistake so far. Everyone playing nice and patient, good defense, and these whiffs that are coming through haven't come back to bite anyone yet.
Oh.
And a chance here from old Greg, but not on target.
Oh my, I thought Greg was going to be able to throw that in reverse, turn around, and get that goal, but going wide left is probably a big save for Vibranium. They were very confident. I know Donald in the chat for Twitch here said, don't sleep on us, but they are going to need to find a way to get a goal here. Otherwise, they're going to be in a rough spot for the series against a team that's clearly rolling on all 4 cylinders. Squalls putting it to the corner. DJ tries to play it down, gets the pop, gets the touch to follow. Donald able to put it down into the corner. Force is going to try and pre-jump. This does, but DJ's a little too far back. Moose is able to clear it away. Moose centers it for Squalls. Squalls with a double touch again off the backboard. Greg centers it. A Moose can't quite get there. It's cut out. We're still 1-0.
Oh, bang!
No! What a shot!
That is insane. The dunk yet again. Squalls, I thought had that angle. Forza just had to play patiently there, and it's going to be another dunk coming through. And so as we were saying, it's the first team to really bend and break, and twice now it's just been a dunk off a very quick set of plays, and a chance here off the kickoff. Donald just has to collect and send to the side. It is going to be all sorts of messy here. Looks like the entire lobby is going for that backboard play, and Forza on 0. Able to get some open real estate here by a bit of space, and the fake. Oh my, on 0 boost. Just gets the fake here. Forza passed one at the midfield line, passed down mid, and said, I'm going for this, old Greg. Bite.
Just like a fish on a hook, he bit pretty hard. Unfortunately, did not read that Forza was just going to let it roll past. Incredible decision-making from Forza in the moment here. 1v1 situation. Greg does not have support for this shot here. Moose centers it. Squalls waits, doesn't spend any boost to contest that. Lets Forza spend a lot, actually. Donald tries to go for the bump of the goalie. Can't. Moose clears it center. Forza should be able to win this here. Puts it off the sidewall. That's over Greg. No, nobody's there to follow with the shot. This Vibranium team, I've seen them play before in the season. They normally play really fast, and they play right on top of each other, but they seem to be spreading out a lot more this game, and it's kind of starting to hurt them like it did for the Squalls last series.
Chances have been there, and I like the physicality that's coming through on both sides, but again, it's... as I talked about it just 2 Insta demos, and there's number 3. All right, I said I liked it. I didn't say that's all you had to do for the rest of the game. Chances here yet again. The bump's going to come through on Dead Moose. Forza waiting patiently. 0 boost, and Azathoth is going to take this first one. A Dead Moose rocking that Toy Story car right there in the front. You'll love to see it, and my word, what a way to start out this series. High fly in action, and somehow Donald at 517 is not the MVP. You just got to get that dub, and I mean, these are a lot more similar stat lines going across the board comparatively to last series.
I'm watching this series, and all I can think about is, who am I going to have to interview? Who is going to be my champion? Who is going to be the MVP of the series? And at this point in time, it's starting to look like Moose. Moose playing absolutely fantastic, showing why this buzzsaw is as sharp as it is. That's now 7 straight from quarterfinals to now. And quite frankly, if they keep playing the way they are, you might have to get that broom out of the closet here. I'm just saying.
Very well could be a really fast evening tonight. And so far, as you were calling it out, coming into this bracket, they're currently 6-0 coming into this series. They get the first one on the board. They are 7-0 in games 1 in playoffs, which is honestly just mind-blowing. It's going to be up. Forza going for the continue up off the backboard. DJ really had to stretch for that one and couldn't get a solid contact to make that dangerous. Squalls collects, gets dunked, and it's going to be old Greg getting called in and is able to get a good read, sending it to the side, trying to get a pinch down, but it really doesn't go much anywhere, honestly, and low resources here, so got to go back, collect those boosts, and Forza is going to have a bit of additional real estate here to try and get a press going. Old Greg sends it down, but it's just as far as DJ. The clamps are starting for Vibranium, but nothing too very dangerous yet.
DJ goes for the center, gets it past 1. Squalls there for the follow, though. Forza tries to get some power, can't generate anything from that angle here. He's going to steal the mid boost from DJ and cut in. 2 people committing, but neither touch. No, that's an open net. Squalls with the cleanup. Oh, what an easy angle, walking it in and making it look like it was no harder than a training pack shot. Squalls, fantastic recovery off the sidewall. Crop, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah, and they were trying to get a bunch of speed at the midfield line. The double commit ended up coming through for Vibranium, and they just weren't able to get any contact in that third player position. Really had to stretch for the ball, and all you got to do is fake it. Here it is yet again, the double commit. Really spending a lot of resources and time and real estate to try and get this ball, but it's not dangerous just quite yet. You gotta start to slow things down. You're just down by 1 in both this game and this series. You don't have to start rushing yet. Take your time playing on the ball. Let some time go by and let plays develop. Nice demo there. Going to open up the space, but of course, Dead Moose, who else would it possibly be to send it to the side? Squalls actually calls in Old Greg as well, and it's going to be another physical play. It's going to be Old Greg almost with the own goal, but it's going to be, fortunately enough, not the pull shot. It's not going to go in either.
Donald tried to squeak it behind 1, but they easily read it out. Donald with a follow again, tries the center. That's going to bounce off ceiling. Squalls with the read. Squalls pushing down the pitch. Can't quite get the touch here. DJ playing it smart, pushes it down the Forza. It's going to go off corner. Both of them go for the bump again, but Donald's there to shoot. Cleared out. Squalls predicting the shot. As it's been, this Azathoth team has been a bend, don't break kind of defense, and it's really, really paying off. Forza centers it. Donald's there off the back post. Can't quite get the shot. DJ off the corner to himself, maybe. Does off the backboard. Forza with the shot. There's the equalizer.
There you go. That's what you wanted to see, the continued press here. Yet again, they've done this a few times, but that touch right there is the difference maker. They finally got one clean down the middle. Got a lot of the resources out of the defense. Low boost plays, both sitting on the goal line, not able to stretch for that backboard, and that's what you want to see. If you're rooting for this Vibranium squad, you're going to want to see them continue to put on those presses, and right now, it is currently 2 shots for Azathoth comparatively to 7, and you can really see all of what they're doing and trying to get those presses down, but it's just every now and then, it's just something a bit too nervy, sending 2 people into a corner when you should have just sent 1, and so it's only a tied game here, 2 minutes remaining, and plenty of time to get something crazy on the board as Squalls is trying to do a big read there.
Well, and that's the weird thing, right? So they double commit occasionally, which for Elite, that can be pretty damaging for your rotations, but when we scrimmed them earlier in the season, it worked. I don't know why, but it was so hard to deal with. Like, everybody has their aggression cranked up to a flat 10. There is no sleeping. This Vibranium team is here to push the pace, take shots, and go for demos. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It looks a lot like it's been working all playoffs, but Donald with the pop, the Forza with the shot. 2-1 in favor of Vibranium.
Physicality coming through here yet again. Demo in the net, and that opened up all the space necessary, and that's going to be the key difference maker. Can you get the defense to be either static or just outright gone? And that's what this Vibranium squad has been able to do twice in a row now. Not much you got to change from the Azathoth side of things. You just got to get the ball out of the zone, and here's a chance down towards mid. Forza is going to actually be called off by DJ here. 100 boost, taking it to the ceiling. Do we see any sort of shenanigans and attempt? Just a clean dribble. Doesn't end up getting past the defense, and it is going to be Squalls going for a take of their own. Forza shuts it down, but it's only to Old Greg, who sends an absolute boomer on and tying us back up.
46 seconds will tell us who the winner of Game 2 will be and who's going to take a little bit of momentum into the back end of this series, or what could easily be the halfway point of this series at this point already. I'm Old Greg and Forza splitting the 50. Get a second trade immediately right after. Donald tries to come off the ceiling for the touch. Can't quite get it where he needs to. Forza splits the read off the backboard. Greg sending it deep. Forza needs to get a touch here as Dead Moose gets it past Donald. Oh my, getting a little bit of a tongue twister here as I'm getting caught up with how fast this ball is moving. Squalls Splits the 50th. Forza keeps control. Moose tries to shove it through, but that's going to be wide right. Donald plays pretty far forward right there, tries to get the demo on Greg, but it's a little bit less of a benefit, more of a detriment here, as now Dead Moose is going to be able to center this. It's off the backboard. No, that's
and it's
just in. Oh, my.
They pulled out their protractor on this one. Look at this angle reading perfectly up off the ceiling. Almost a bar down ski as well. 2 seconds remaining, and gotta hurt. Vibranium kept this game so very close into the final 2 seconds, and that's going to be one that you feel like was a stolen game and going to be able to keep this up for a little. Forza, too heavy of a first touch. And Azathoth take yet another one. And who else at the front yet again but a Dead Moose?
Well, and this is clearly experience in success. Moose, I believe, if I remember right, talking with Direwolf, I can't remember if this is would be his second or his third chip. So clearly, Moose knows what it means to win, and he is playing it out. I know 1 goal here on 3 shots, 3 saves, locking up the defensive third for his team. Moose is 4th. My bad.
Wow.
Oh my, this could be Moose's 4th. We're going to start moving those RSC titles onto a second hand.
Wow. And, you know, Skullsy there with the cycle the whole way across. I'm old Greg as well. Everyone getting assists, and we might be seeing a bit of a substitution
We
here.
are. DJ for likewise.
Interesting. We'll see if that's going to change up the dynamic of how these games have been played. And you got to make sure, if you're going to be subbed in, that you have been staying nice and warm, because this Azathoth team is playing quick. They are playing lethal, and they are not here to mess around whatsoever. Dead Moose yet again just putting up big numbers, and I gotta say, supported very nicely. This has been a well-rounded effort. It has been a Dead Moose being the one that's got the shining star twice now, but Skullsy and I'm Old Greg are no slouches. They've been there, putting in the efforts, making sure that everyone is getting their play on the ball, and I gotta say, likewise for Vibranium, just a little bit less connected and a bit more double commits is gonna open up all of that space needed. The elite game plays so much quicker than Chally, and so you make a small mistake and it's gonna come back to bite you.
100%. I had the luxury of getting double promoted from Rival to Elite last season. And the speed of play in difference was insane. It went from I could take the shots I wanted to
Bang.
like that. Greg, over the top of Forza, already there. There is no room for error. If this team, if there's any elite team that can turn this around and take the chip away, it's Vibranium. But if they want to do it, they're going to have to be almost perfect in their plays.
And Skullsy just outplayed 3 with that passing play as well. I mean, yeah, the shot was beautifully executed, but they just came out, got 2 to bite towards the ceiling, and then 1 off the backboard. And really, that's what you need to do, is get your teammates some easy shots right down the middle, right down the gut. And here's a chance, but it's going to be likewise collecting, getting past 2, but a bit of disrupt play, so it allows Skullsy some free time on the ball, trying to get a flip reset, gets it, and actually gets around the oncoming defender there at the midfield line. So Old Greg gonna take over off the backboard, but likewise Boomer down the other direction, and Skullsy is gonna have to read this, does so beautifully, but it's gonna be Donald first up. Do we see a bump? We do, and it is gonna be likewise ultimately getting a pop high, but not able to get the conversion there. Dead Moose on the ball, trying to get the dribble, gets past 1, but it is going to be kind of an awkward ball here in the corner yet again.
Forza sends it to likewise. That's going to be a deep touch. It's a shot on as Forza redirects it with a feather touch to drop that into the top right of the net. Oh my, Forza, absolute feather. The pillow on the underside of the ball with the light doink. Beautiful chef's kiss. Gonna see a kickoff.
Insanity that was.
Skullsy's already in the air. Opts not to touch it. It's gonna let this go center for Greg. Likewise is there to take control. Moose decides to play it themselves. A little wide top left, but this aggression from Azathoth is continuing to pay off. This, quite frankly, the only shots Vibranium is getting seem to be Forza on a quick counterattack here, Crop.
Yeah, we say that, but then all of the players have 2 shots somehow. So it really has felt like it's been the Forza show on the offense, but somehow this is a very balanced approach and tied up at 1 still, just coming up on the halfway mark here before too awful long, and chances are really going both ways and very rapidly as well. The shots that are coming in are so very fast, and here it is yet again. Physicality coming through, should get a pass towards mid. No, Forza shuts it down, sends it towards mid. Squalls going to turn on this immediately, and Donald, hoping to get that fortunate boost spawn, is finally able to get it, but has to get called off the ball, and it's going to be an awkward bounce towards mid. Forza has to stretch and is able to collect it to the side. Squalls going to continue, and finally getting a big clear down the middle, but it's only going to last for a few seconds. Finally, a meaningful touchdown, but no resources whatsoever. Donald on 0. This entire play, he's on 0 right now. 0, and bang.
90% of the players' crop would have immediately said, I'm out of boost, I'll rotate back. But everyone on Vibranium is so willing to take that last 0 boost push, and it pays off right there. We get them, they're up by 1 goal now. They need to play some, the team bump. Squalls is going to have the chance to play it a little slower. Dead Moose off the ceiling here. Donald with the deep clear, not going to play that patient at all. Wants to get that off their 3rd fast. Off the backboard, drop center, Squalls into the left wall. Forza passes it back to Dead Moose. Back to Donald. That's going to be a deep touch here. With a minute 30 left, this pressure is going to build a little bit on this Buzzsaw and Azathoth's team, but, they definitely aren't going to be feeling too much, already being up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've only been on an 8-game win streak in playoffs so far, and
Bruh.
there's a chance off the post. It's not going to go in. The double commit as well. It was on the goal line. The chance was there, but just couldn't get that last conversion, that last touch necessary. And speaking of last touch, oh my, likewise. Trying to get one right down the middle there. Forza going to collect, send it to the side, trying to get some sort of bounce going to make the defense awkward. And Squalls had plenty of time somehow. Nobody really running on there. And Dead Moose with the pre-jump. Just read the book like yesterday, decided where to go with that ball, and Forza, chance up off the backboard, it's clean. Dead Moose awkward. Likewise going to go for the continue into this back corner. Trying to get the boost steals as well, isn't able to get it, and it's going to be the secure coming from Azathoth. So should have an opportunity to finally clear this out of the zone, but things are starting to get a bit more dangerous. 30 seconds remaining, and all of the pressure starting to come through. Donald had a chance to secure it, but not able to do so.
30 seconds left, and it looks like Vibranium might be able to do what all of the top end of Lunar could not. Donald putting away the dagger, putting them up 3-1, and they're going to be able to snap this win streak from Azathoth. The Buzzsaw finally hitting the saw stop and breaking completely.
And what a way to do it. I mean, you cannot go down. We've stressed this earlier in the day, and you can hear it stressed pretty much everywhere. If you go down to that 3-0, there's just very few chances that you're going to end up coming back and getting the reverse sweep in a best of 7. And this is what you wanted to see. Keep things close. Vibranium up by 2. Final 8 seconds, all but a formality, but a chance to get a beautiful read. Almost the psycho up off the side. But it is going to be a 50. Both players actually on the wrong side of the ball in that 50 there. So an interesting touch nonetheless, but they're going to just go for the kill. Donald up for this. Nobody is even going for the ball anymore. And Vibranium shutting down the 8-game win streak.
My goodness. It looks like we talked about the substitution might have been a little preemptive, but this substitution paying off, likewise, filling in very nicely, the chem flowing again, and being able to steal game 3 and not go down by 3 is an incredible change of pace and something this Vibranium team, and I know Hum himself is probably sighing a little bit of relief right now.
Yeah, you don't want to see that go down, but hey, Vibranium made the adjustments necessary. Very well could be that fresh blood coming through in the substitution. Sometimes it is just the nerves. You might have that starting roster and they might play absolutely flawlessly throughout the regular season, but when it comes to these high pressure situations, being on stream, grand finals, sometimes it's just the player that's got the ice that comes through, and is going to be the difference maker, and that very well could be it. You might be having an off night, get the substitution in, you get the next game. So we will see if that ends up being the story here going into game 4. Does Vibranium get another on the board? Can they tie up this series, or will Azathoth start to run away with things?
We'll see here. Sorry, what's up? Oh, wow.
We're getting a fun stat from production. You want to go ahead and read that one off?
Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, I don't believe they can hear production with the way
They
things
cannot.
are lined up here. But for those of you who can't hear the voices inside our head, Vibranium B is the first team tonight on the orange side of the pitch to win a game.
Been a very blue-sided evening. I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die.
Oh
Here's a
my God!
chance
I
here
was
for
thinking
likewise
it, but
to
I didn't
continue.
want to say it. Oh my!
Hey, as a wise old man once said, I'm the one with a microphone, so I can say what I want. And chance is here for
Call
likewise.
yourself old.
Old
Oh
and
my
wise,
God.
likewise.
I don't
Yeah,
think I
look at
saw
that
a
one.
single gray hair on top of that head when I saw you in
Ooh.
Boston.
Oh, you gotta look harder, but speaking of looking harder, likewise coming through and getting one on the board, it's looking like Vibranium is indeed gonna continue this run on form, but of course, plenty of time remaining in this game, and it's been chances for Vibranium more and more. Forza really starting to warm up into these things, getting more of a dangerous touch on this ball, and physicality, even the attempts. Now that you're in this series, you're starting to get a little bit further in, so even the attempts of physicality and bumps could be the difference maker. Start to make the team think about what's going to happen. Is somebody behind me? Am I about to get bumped on the goal line? And that in and of itself can be the mind game necessary to open up the space.
This is going to be kind of an awkward spot for Moose. They're going to need to play this as smart as they can, and they do. That 50 trade gets it over to Greg, but Greg can't quite get the follow to actually push the counterattack. Squalls over one. Dead Moose with the follow. Forza able to block that away. It's going to drop into an awkward spot, but likewise there, Forza fakes the redirect. They actually clip each other in the air and prevent potentially the second goal. Moose bumped by Donald. Dead Moose tries to follow, and Dead Moose has been all over the pitch, trying to play a little bit of everything. Great defense, great offense, and the like, but we're seeing some solid defense here from Vibranium, able to play off of one another in a way that they weren't doing well in games 1 and 2, and it's actually starting to pay off.
You know, I would like to just put in a petition. Oh, bang! Yeah, I would just like to put in a petition for Donald to change this skin. That is just... You can like the team all you want, but that is just an atrocious looking car. Go ahead and at me all you want. I'm the one with the microphone. Ha ha ha. Evil laughter. But there it is. Donald getting one on the board as I'm over here talking about him. And yeah, this is a bit more of a one-sided affair. We're about at the halfway part, and it's 58 points is the most on Azathoth right now. And that is not what you're expecting to see as we're coming into this series.
Oh, not at all. I mean, as one of the biggest metal fans, especially in the casting side, enjoying my last season 15 with them, sorry, 16 with them, you know, I was nervous coming into the game how incredible the Azathoth's run has been, but thankfully I'm getting to see the guys that I was really rooting for able to make things work and able to turn this around. Greg puts it down towards the center. Forza with a deep touch. Moose needs to clear this away as Forza's keeping the pressure. Donald double taps it off the wall. Actually, I think I hit Moose for the second touch. Squalls flicks it over one. Donald needs to touch this, but pushes it. Moose is going to be able to take the shot on net. No! It bounces, and Greg is cut out by Donald. A very even Vibranium defense seems to be in that bend.
Bang.
Nope, never mind.
I heard the sentence forming, and I knew that a goal was coming. You were saying the defense was strong, and old Greg says, not today.
There needs to be like an end of season counter for the amount of times that I've been wrong midway through a sentence.
You know what we really should do is we should have a caster curse count for every time we have an RSC stream, because it's been popping off tonight. We've had a couple good ones, but old Greg deciding to take over there, getting the first one on the board, and you know, it's calling out at the midway line. They were all under 100 points, finally starting to change that narrative, and Donald trying to get a press down, but on 0 boost, so can't really do anything with the ball, and likewise, up quick for it, Forza now. Burst on the ball, just trying to get a continue, low on boost as well, so could only just get a tip up more. Down to Likewise, who had an open look, but just couldn't quite stretch for it. Don't know if that was a resource issue with the boost totals or if it was just a bit too quick for the reaction time, but either way, you wanted to get that insurance goal back, and that was the chance to do it, and that very well could be what could ultimately decide this game. It's just the one goal still separating. It's going to be down to the final 40. Skullsy stretching for this. Old Greg just kind of chilling in the corner here, not really doing much of anything. So Likewise takes over, gets up over 1, gets past 2, but it is Old Greg sending it down, and we're down to the final 30 seconds, and the ball has spent quite a bit of time in that blue half, finally seeing the orange.
Dangerous spot here as it's going to go off backboard. Greg tries to get the touch. No, it's an empty field. Forza, if they play this right, they do! They're going to go up 2-0. Forza with the dagger. Forza deep cleared to themselves, went all the way down the pitch. Azathoth's really extended themselves up, wanted to take the equalizer and force an OT, but it went to bite them in return. Incredible play from Forza.
Absolutely wonderful. You love to see it if you're a Vibranium fan, and chances were there. And that time around, yeah, as you were calling it out, you kind of got to chase that last goal, especially down by 1 in the final few seconds. You send all 3 forward, and it leads to an opportunity for a clean counterattack. Forza was able to take advantage, and Forza, second game in a row, getting up on that MVP status there, and tying up the series.
I just want to point out, I put 9.4 thousand down on Vibranium before this match started. I just got 30K! Oh my!
Rigged.
Let's go!
Somebody investigate this man's PC. He's very obviously hacking. Insider trading. Yeah, this is fraud. I will not stand for it. RSC, please ban this man in chat.
Oh my god.
Well, either way, with that being said, Vibranium, they actually won 3-1 and 3-1 in both of their games won, so it's looking like that 3-1 is going to be the scoreline they're going to continue to chase here, and well played across the board here yet again. Very even scorelines as far as the shot department and the assist department, but of course the one that really matters is that 3 goals going the way of Vibranium, and we're talking about how you couldn't really let this series get away from you and let Azathoth get to that 3rd game win, and so far Vibranium has been able to stop, and now you're kind of got the shoe on the other foot here. Can Azathoth stop the upward trajectory of Vibranium?
You know, we'll have to see going into game 5 here. It's going to be real tough, especially when you drop 2 straight. You know, mentally, you try to tell yourself you're 0-0, but you know that you had a 2-0 lead and now it's gone. That has to weigh a little bit on the mental here. This ball bounces into the corner. Greg's going to put it off the backboard, but Donald's there. Forza, no. Forza doesn't move an inch as he waits for Donald to go for the second touch.
Yeah, you were kind of calling it out where Donald just decided to not really move anywhere, and Likewise awkward on this ball as well. Left Forza in an island, not able to get around that ball. Awkward placement. Thought that there was going to be a touch in that back corner. Couldn't get the read, and that's going to be one for free in the first 20 seconds. That's not what you want to see if you're rooting for that Vibranium squad, but plenty of time to get one back, and Dead Moose is trying to get a redirect right outside the box. It's going to be just down to Skullsy. Old Greg going for the bump. Skullsy again, but the defense is going to hold strong. Donald trying to get a clear down the other side, is able to get past 2, but Skullsy waiting patiently, deep third. Big stretch here, but not able to get a touch on the ball. Does end up getting a bump. We could say that that's calculated, but I think that that was just a fortunate touch on the defender there. Dead Moose popping it high, but it is going to be just to Likewise, who's trying to get a big read. Old Greg ends up hitting the post as they're going up on the rotation. Still able to be the first to the ball, and Forza just putting that pressure on. Nobody really being able to take any clean control here. A lot of players on top of the ball. It's like the first time Silver's playing each other. Just everyone crowding around, not giving any space whatsoever.
Ooh, the demo on the goalie. This is a dangerous spot for Vibranium. Ooh. No, that is the... What is going on?
Put it away. Put it in the net. What am I witnessing?
Oh, the absolute defensive stand from the crossbar, clapping away those 2 shots. I can't believe it. I thought the first touch by old Greg going off the backboard, you know, it throws your opponent's defensive rotations out of whack as they kind of have to read it.
There's NA, please. This is why we can't win RLCS. This exact game right here. There's so many opportunities coming through for Azathoth. They've been so very close, but NA offense, please just get one through. And I mean, yeah, you were calling it out up off the post is so very hard to read, and you would think an oncoming offender, they've got a lot more opportunities. They've got a cleaner look at the play. They can get a run on, but somehow weren't able to secure all 3 really going for that ball. And here's an opportunity. Forza just gonna send it down. Old Greg just has to barely get a touch on it, sending it to the side. Halfway mark, just still that 1 goal difference. I mean, honestly, with the way things have been going, it should have been a 3 goal difference, bare minimum.
100%, 100%. Dead Moose putting it off the backboard here. Donald's able to get it past 1. Greg has to put it back to Squalls. Squalls fakes the touch, and Greg continues with the possession. Great play, but they couldn't get it past likewise. Squalls in the air. Leaves it for Moose. Moose with the shot, likewise cutting it out. And
wow.
Forza with the second stop. The defense from Vibranium has been insane, but they need to be able to push a little bit further and take a goal here, because like you said earlier, they went down 1 in such a quick fashion. It's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, this entire game, they've just been chasing that one opportunity, and it's been a lot of demo here. It's been a lot of Azathoth putting all of the offensive pressure on, so they're chasing hard, and it's just been a defensive masterclass as of now, but defense isn't going to win you this game if you're already down by 1, and it really was such a quick, right off the rip of play, so you're going to have to try and get one here. Final minute is very rapidly approaching. Donald has a chance because Dead Moose is up off the post. Didn't expect to have to turn on that one immediately. The open look was not what was on the map, what was not on the card, and Donald sends it down. Force is going to try and stretch for this, but it is going to be Dead Moose first. Donald, just having to be patient here, goes to the backboard, gets a clean look, tries to send it up over. That's going to be 2, but old Greg, of course, waiting patiently in the back. A chance for another touch, but couldn't get the whole way around it. And again, it's a half chance at best so far for Vibranium, but they're starting to get a press going.
You know, we might be able to see something develop here. Squalls with a missed touch. That's going to be centered. Forza does not elevate. Opts to go into the corner. That's going to be, that could be one of the last opportunities they had this game to really turn things around. Deep touch here, going down. Moose is going to put this into the wall. Get the pre-jump from Donald. Doesn't quite get the touch, but neither does the blue side. Donald coming down from the heavens, waiting for the touch. Forza gets the 50 off of 1. We still have an opportunity to see an OT in game 3 here. Centers it for Forza. Forza with the shot. That's, oh, what a save! Greg clamping up for game 5.
That save was insane. How do you possibly stretch for that one? That had so much pace behind it. But it's not to be. Wow.
It's just not Greg. I think that's the second time this series where we've seen Greg elevate quickly and swat away a vicious shot. I mean, Greg only has 2 saves this game, but both of them have been clutch. 100% crop. And this defense from Azathoth really locked up. They scored what? First 10 seconds?
First 20, yeah. But I mean,
first 20, but like 4 minutes and 40 seconds of solid defense?
Yeah, I mean, well, speaking of defense, likewise with 5 saves, I mean, it was a masterclass in defense on both sides, and I really think that it was Azathoth just taking over at the midfield line, not even really needing to make that many saves. They just didn't let the ball go for free. It was a lot of time spent just kind of at that midfield line. And that really was the story here, was that first goal within the first couple seconds, regardless of how many seconds it was. And that's what's going to get Azathoth on to Grand Finals Series point, championship point. And Vibranium, you got to get this one. And apparently they didn't get their 3 goals that they needed to win a game. So if you're going to be Vibranium, you got to score one quick here.
Donald playing it back patiently, waits for the touch from Greg. Smart decision, but that ball's a little too far away for him to follow up the second touch here. Forza off the backboard, follows the ball through the air, tracks it nicely. Likewise, waits for the touch, goes up, might be able to get the second with the stuff, but Moose, clear cut above the rest. Defense just not letting anything through at this point. Greg puts it back into the corner. Forza's going to follow. Forza gets the second touch, but Moose, the second touch, once again, swatting away any offensive opportunity that could have developed from this Vibranium side.
Chances are there. I have noticed a few times now, it has been this Vibranium roster really focusing on that 100 boost, and we saw it in the Chally series. Boost is a crutch. You really don't need it. We saw it earlier in this series as well. Donald on 0 was able to get a goal, and oh my, a bit of breakdancing off the post there. It almost led to one, but they're trying to prioritize those hundreds. I would say a bit too much, if I'm being honest. The chances for that, 10 to 40 boost play is there, and they're just refusing to get in and stay in on these pressure. And here's a chance for Forza, gets up over one, trying to go for the physicality, plays it low, and there it is. First one on the board.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Forza, incredible ball control, says, you know what? I don't need to pass the ball. I don't need to put this off the backboard. I'm going to take 4 touches, get this goal. We're going to go up by 1 here in game 6. Moose, Donald splitting the 50. Donald with the egg. Oh my. I'm on the edge of my seat here, Crop. I thought that was going to be goal number 2